You're watching the 49ers Report by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Sr., and here's the big question that we're tackling on today's show. When is Fred Warner, All-Pro Fred, going to get paid? Warner entering a critical year, the final year of his rookie contract. He is only making this season $3.3 million in base salary, and he's coming off an All-Pro season, a Pro Bowl season, in which he solidified himself as the best linebacker across the National Football League. And the good news for 49ers fans, as well as Fred Warner, he has said he wants to sign that contract extension. The 49ers and Kyle Shanahan have also said they want to get a deal done. I think it's only a matter of time before Warner inks that deal. The big question is, how much is that contract going to be worth? And recently, Kyle Shanahan, during OTAs, was asked about All-Pro Fred and that looming contract extension because these extension talks have been ongoing for a little while. Here's what Shanahan had to say. I want to get it done personally. I kind of feel like I'd say the same about him as I did about Kittle when we were talking about it, but Fred's a guy that I plan on being here forever and who has earned that. I'd be surprised if that doesn't start sooner than later. Fred Warner, on the other hand, responded to the same question about his contract extension talks with saying this: I could get hurt walking across the street. You can get hurt all types of ways, but it never crossed my mind to miss this OTA. I know this is a big part of not only my growth, but the team as a whole, getting out here, working together, seeing things, and playing ball. Fred Warner has certainly played great ball for the 49ers since getting drafted out of BYU, and he has made a point that he's the best linebacker across the league, a guy who can completely wreck games and roam the field from sideline to sideline. He has certainly earned the bag, and I think he's going to be one of the highest, if not the highest paid linebackers across the league, and the fact that he's on the books this year for $3+ million is an absolute steal. But he is entering the final year of his rookie contract. 49ers don't want to allow him to become an NFL free agent and hit the open market, because I guarantee you there will be suitors because this guy is under 25 years old. So will the 49ers get a deal done with Fred Warner? Get into the comments and predict it for me. Type D for deal, type T for, it might be a little bit too much. Let me know what you're thinking on this front. Today's 49ers Report is made possible thanks to our friends at NewsBreak. I know all of us have a bunch of apps on our phone right now, and we also get overwhelmed with so many tabs that we have. You can eliminate that by downloading the NewsBreak app, just going to chatsports.com/49NB. In terms of followers on the NewsBreak app, because the 49ers Report does have a page on NewsBreak, we're doing great. Of all of the channels here at Chat Sports, we are in second place behind the Dallas Cowboys Report. 975 of you have followed the 49ers Report on NewsBreak. Here's where we need to make up ground, though. In terms of downloads over the last week, we're struggling, and we need to get better. We cannot lose to the Dallas Cowboys. We cannot go down to the Las Vegas Raiders. They're beating us in downloads. So too are the Chicago Bears. Only 5 of you have downloaded the NewsBreak app over the last week or so. So go to chatsports.com/49NB. That redirects you to the App Store, and you can download the app for free on your iPhone or your Android. Highest paid linebackers in the league right now. Looks as though Fred Warner is going to be in this conversation sooner rather than later, according to Kyle Shanahan. Bobby Wagner, he's making $18 million per year. C.J. Mosley, $17 million a year. He's taking money from the Jets. Zach Cunningham of the Houston Texans, $14.5. Miles Jack, $14.3. Deion Jones, $14.3 million as well. So that kind of sets the table for how much money Fred Warner is going to get from the Niners on a yearly basis. Here's the question, though. Who is going to set the market first? Darius Leonard, Fred Warner, both drafted in the same draft back a couple years ago, are both due for contract extensions. Is Darius Leonard going to get the bag first, or is it going to be Fred Warner? Which of those players is going to set the market before the other one? And here's where those contracts might follow. Bobby Wagner of the Seattle Seahawks signed a 3-year, $54 million contract, so he's making $18 million per year, right in the range of where Fred Warner is going to be. He certainly deserves it. His 2020 numbers, flat out ridiculous. This is why this guy was an All-Pro. Played in all 16 games, has not missed a game his entire career, including the playoffs going back to his rookie season. 125 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 1 sack, 6 pass breakups, as well as 2 interceptions. Darius Leonard, on the other hand, has been just as good. He was drafted a round ahead of Fred Warner, and he's been spectacular. 14 games, 132 22 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, and 7 pass breakups, no interceptions. So is it going to be Leonard who gets the contract first? Is it going to be Warner? Whoever does, they're going to set the table for how the other guy gets paid. Make sure you're subscribed to us here at the 49ers Report as we're getting closer and closer to 36,000 subscribers. We're bringing you the latest news and rumors, free videos every single day. We go live every single Thursday, 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific. So go to youtube.com/49ers TV or hit that red subscribe button down below. Bleacher Report did a great job of predicting some of the mega deals that are to come across the National Football League and kind of looked at some of the players who were due for big contracts after their rookie deals. Darius Leonard, Fred Warner in that category. They predicted that Darius Leonard is actually going to get more money from the Indianapolis Colts than Fred Warner is going to get from the 49ers. They predicted that Darius Leonard is going to get a 4-year deal worth $78 million, $42 million guaranteed. Fred Warner, on the other hand, they have him in line to still get a really good payday at 4 years, $75 million, with $40.5 million guaranteed. As we look ahead to some of the 49ers spending, going into this season, currently, the Niners have $4.5 million of projected cap room. So if they want to offer Warner a contract extension, that's something that you have to look out for. Also looking ahead, Nick Bosa is entering year 3. If he comes off that torn ACL and he's able to come back off that injury and be a double-digit sack guy, he's going to get a payday as well, and he could realistically be one of the most and highest paid edge rushers across the league. So the 49ers are kind of in a sticky situation when it comes to financial spending because they want to lock down Fred Warner to a long-term deal. They want to do the same with Nick Bosa. Both of these guys are studs on this defense, pillars on this defense, and a big reason why they were able to make it to the Super Bowl 2 years ago when Warner and Bosa were still both very, very young players as well as inexperienced guys, and both guys are under 25 on this defense. So the big question is, when is Fred Warner going to get paid? I talk about the current cap situation with the Niners going into 2021. Some Niners fans might be saying and scrambling, oh my gosh, they don't have any money to spend. Yes, the salary cap this upcoming season is less than it was a season ago because of the coronavirus. But here's the thing. New TV deal is coming in the NFL, so the salary cap over the next few seasons, for the next several seasons in fact, is going to blossom. And these teams are going to be afforded a lot more money to spend. So as we project into the future, I think that bodes well for the 49ers locking down both Fred Warner to a deal that's going to hover around $18 million, as well as bringing back Nick Bosa as long as he can stay healthy as well. So do you think Fred Warner is going to lock down a Bobby Wagner type contract and get around $18 million per year? Predict it for me right now. Type 1 for yes, type 2 for no. Be sure to get your votes in the comment section down below and let me know if you think Fred Warner is going to be due for a big payday. This is my favorite player on the Niners team. I think he's a spectacular player. This is a guy that completely altered games with his ability to just wreak havoc. He's great in pass coverage. He's great against the run. He can be active in the backfield as well. All-Pro Fred is a stud. I'm going to go ahead and type my 1 for yes that he does make around $18 million per year.